Shoulder sideways, smack it in the air.
Hey guys, so today I have a tutorial on this look. This is like an extreme smoky eye. This is not something you'd wear out to a lunch date or a first date or school or work or really anything like that. I feel like this is really appropriate for a nighttime look if you're going to a concert or a club. I feel like this would be a really fun, warm, smoky eye that you could wear to any of those events. Like I said, not so much a daytime, wearable, everyday kind of look for most people. So yeah, I am going to be showing you how to do this smoky eye today and, you know, the contour and the lip and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested to see how I did this look and created this black smokiness, then just gotta keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the color Orange Soda from Anastasia. This is gonna be my transition color, and I'm just going to pick that up on a blending brush. This is an E40 from Sigma. I'm just going to be applying this very messily into the crease and just kind of like blending the color upwards and just kind of building the color up until you can see it really well. This particular color is obviously a lot warmer than my skin tone, but it's a very similar shade. So it takes me a little longer to build the color up. If you're really fair, it's probably not going to take you very long to blend it up. I mean, I'm pretty fair too, but I just mean like super duper fair. You're gonna see it right away. So for me, it takes just a second to get that blended up, but that's about the color that I'm going for so that the other warmer shades can kind of blend right into that. On the same brush, I'm going to be using this brush like for the majority of, well actually I'm using this brush entirely for the crease. The next color I'm picking up is Sienna, and this one is also from Anastasia. These are all the single shadows that I'm going to be using. I'm mainly using the Anastasia single shadows, and then the black one is from Makeup Geek, so I'll be sharing the colors as I go, but I'm just going to be picking up the tiniest bit of that. When you're using warmer shades, you don't want to do too much all at once. You want to have a very good amount that you can blend out. You just don't want to start with too much or you're gonna like really regret it. So I'm just going to be applying this basically to the same area that I applied Orange Soda to, and I'm just going to be kind of creating that variant that you're seeing right here. Or not the variant, the gradient. Just going to keep that really nice and soft and blended. If you feel like there's kind of a line right there like I do, you can grab Orange Soda again and kind of smooth that over so it blends really nicely. Okay, once again, same brush, I'm going to be picking up a little bit of this color that is called Beauty Mark. This one is also an Anastasia single. And taking that on the E40, we're sticking this right into the most hollow part of our crease and then blending that into the other colors. And don't worry if you get this onto your lid a little bit like I just did there, because we're going to be applying black, so it's really not going to matter. The part that's going to matter the most is this right here, making sure that that's all nice and blended. And so once you're at about this part, you can kind of check it to see if you've gone up the same height on both eyes, because you obviously don't want it to be like completely uneven. So, okay, now for the black, I'm going to be taking Makeup Geek's Corrupt. This is just a very dark, like super duper matte black color, and I'm going to be taking that on a flat shader. This is an E55 from Sigma, and I'm just going to be applying this all over the lid. And then we're gonna go back with the blending brush and start to blend it into the crease. And don't get too much all at once with this step either, otherwise you're gonna have way more to blend than you actually need to. If you just slightly build it up as you go, it won't be as hard to get it to blend in with the other colors. Does anybody else feel like their eye look looks, you know what I'm trying to say, really strange before you get like your liner and lashes on? Especially when I'm doing dark looks like this, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Then all of a sudden just like all comes together once you get your lashes on and your liner and all that good stuff. So anyway, I'm going back in with the E40 and going to blend this black color into the warmer shades that we used in the crease. And you can always go back and add more black, like right here, if you blend it out too much. So don't worry about that. You can always add more, but you cannot take away. And then once you get into the warmer parts, what I like to do is just tap the brush off, even though most of it is probably on your eye, and then just do the lightest sweeping motions ever. Like, don't put barely any pressure onto the brush. This is just really gonna help all the colors blend together and not leave any patches. The other thing I was gonna say is I always blend my shadows like really, really high. I know not everybody likes to do that, but I have a lot of lid and crease space. If you are somebody who has like a hooded eye, or you don't have as much space, or you don't like the way it looks on you, you could easily just stop like right here and not blend it all the way up. It's totally personal preference and just whatever you feel like looks best on your eye. So I'm gonna dip back into Sienna because I feel like I got a little bit cray with the black over here and kind of lost some of my warmer colors. Okay, then with a flat little concealer brush, this is a F70. I'm going to take this kind of yellowish banana color from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm actually going to be using this as a highlight for my brow bone, and I'm just going to be picking up a little bit on this brush and putting that right underneath the highest point on my brow. And you can put as little or as much as you want. This also helps if you have blended up kind of high. It kind of helps to bring that back down a little bit. These highlight shades from the Shade and Light kit are intensely pigmented, so as you can see as I'm kind of applying this, it's going back over the darker shades and it makes it look like they're like not even there. So with that being said, be careful where you put it if you're not wanting to bring it down too much. Now I'm going to take Shimma from Makeup Geek, and I'm putting this right at the highest point of my arch, and I'm just taking that on the same little concealer brush and just popping that right here. I'm not running that under the entire length of my brow, it's literally like right here. Now we are going to move on to the lower lash line. For that, I'm just going back in with the color Sienna, and I'm taking that on a E20 brush, and this is just a short shader. I love this for underneath my eyes, like on my lower lash line. It is absolutely perfect. It's like dense enough to where it applies the color that you need, but also like fluffy enough that it blends it away and doesn't leave it just like a super harsh line. So I'm just going to be applying this until probably like the inner part of where the color of my eye is. I'm not taking it all the way in. And then I'm also going to be flicking this out to blend it with the other colors I have going on. And then kind of taking the brush on a downward angle and just kind of blending it in, so that you have kind of a little bit more of a shaded effect down there. After that, I'm going back in with Corrupt on this same brush, and I'm just barely, like just tapping it in. That's literally all I'm going to use. And then once again, just kind of flicking that up so it's all really seamless. I'm gonna be just taking this pencil liner, or I guess it's a twist up liner from Milani. It's the Supreme Kohl Kajal liner. Say that 5 times fast. And I am just going to run this along the top lash line. As you can kind of see right here, those, I mean, that's kind of my lashes because they're obviously lighter. You just want to make sure that you have the black like all the way down to your lash line so that when you put your lashes on, it blends. And there's no like skin colored spaces in between your lashes and the eyeshadow. And obviously we're using black on black, so you don't have to worry about being too precise. I'm just kind of patting that in so that it doesn't look like a stark line at all. Then you can go in with your favorite mascara. I'm using the Maybelline, Jesus, I just almost poked my eye out. You can use the Maybelline Lash Sensational. You can use whatever the heck you want to use. This is just what I've got handy. I actually really do like this mascara though. I like the little curved wand. I'm digging it. So I'm just going to apply a quick coat of this. I'm not really going to be focusing on my natural lashes too much because I'm obviously going to be applying falsies. Oh my god, I totally forgot the highlight on this eye. I'll go back and do that in just a second. I'm gonna just hit the bottom lashes really quickly. Okay, for the inner corner highlight, I just used that Shimma color. That's so fun to say. We're on a little pencil brush. This one is an E30, and just lightly applied that to the inner corner, and then right here. I wouldn't even call that the inner third, just that little tiny part right here. And that's really all I did for the inner corner highlight. Oh wait, now that I have my mascara on, I'm going to be taking some lashes. These are my favorite ones, you guys. They're the House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. I love them. Highly recommend them. If you've never tried them and you want a really bold lash, I highly recommend these. I don't think I could say that enough. They're really, really awesome lashes. Also the Minx 2.0 from Socialize. They're very, very similar. Okay, so now I have both lashes on. I'm going in with the Shade and Light palette to contour. I'm taking this color here in the center. This one is Shadow Play, and I'm taking that on a F05 small contour from Sigma. I'm really not gonna go very hard with my contour though. These eyes are like as heavy as it gets. It's like right on the verge of is that drag. So you don't wanna go too heavy on the contour if you're not trying to do a drag look. So I'm just going to basically be bronzing up my face and adding a little bit of shadow right here. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. And then I just like to add a little bit to the tip of my nose to kind of like shorten it and make it look a little bit lifted. And then sometimes, I know this is not like the proper way to contour your nose at all. If you're actually trying to do something major, don't use a brush this big. But for me, I'm really just kind of trying to shorten my nose and make it look a little bit more like button. And then applying just the tiniest bit here to my hairline, kind of the top of my forehead. I don't feel like my forehead is like overly big. I mean, it's bigger than I would like for it to be, but I don't feel like I need to like really, really heavily contour it down. But I am going to be highlighting a lot. I'm using MAC Soft and Gentle in an F35 brush. I am obsessed with this brush for highlighting. It is absolutely perfect. Oh, it's just perfect. And then just apply this like right here, just for some glow. Oh yes, honey, that's exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, this brush really just kind of does the blending for you. I like to put it just kind of right here on the corner of my eye and then just sweep it inwards a little bit and then just kind of drag it down. And then sometimes I'll go even like up above my brow if I'm wanting to look super glowy. So that's what I'm doing for the highlight. Then I'm also going to be applying just a little bit to the Cupid's bow to make my lips look fuller. And if you want to, you can contour a little bit underneath your lip. I'm going to skip that because I just feel like I have a ton going on and I don't really need any more on my face. All right, there are several things you could do with your lip. You could do a super dark red vampy lip and just go all out. For me, that is too much on myself personally. I feel like I start to look, well, I don't know, I just feel like that starts to not really have the most feminine look. So I like to leave my lips nude when I do a dark eye like this because this is extremely dark. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Pure Hollywood Liquid Lipstick. This is a matte shade, so I'm just going to be applying this right to the lips. And this one is not too nude, but it's also not like too much color. Okay, so there's that, and I stayed exactly to my lip line. With a look like this, you don't want to over accentuate your features too much, or again, it's going to start to kind of look like drag makeup. So this is the finished look. Like I said, it is very heavy, very glam, not a lunch date look, but I haven't done anything super dark and dramatic and smoky for a while, so I wanted to kind of bust out some of my darker colors and share that with you guys. So if you like this look, give it a thumbs up, and I will do more kind of like colorful or dark or smoky dramatic looks. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on a normal week. This week has been crazy. If you guys follow me on my vlog channel, I'll be updating you on like what's been going on recently because it's been a cry up in this household. So if you follow me over there, which I'll always have the link down below, you kind of get a little bit of an inside look at what's going on in my life. So yeah, anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you very, very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Dentists in the dark. I was scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. All my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams.